Got a pretty nice little sunrise this morning.
Well, we got a little somber note to start the day. Here we go. 9/10/24. I shit my pants on the way to the privy. I almost said, I'm going to lose my shit. Then I realized I already had. I decided I'm quitting. I don't care. 5 months is enough. Bro, hike faster equals no shit in pants. That's tough, man. See, that's why I shit my pants on like day 7 and beyond. I know I'm not done shitting my pants. It's going to happen again. But that way, shitting your pants is just another day. You know, it's not a hike ending incident. I hope that dude or gal wrote that and then kept going. That sucks. End with shit in your pants? Oh! Also, tip for winter privy use. You see all this snow I'm standing on? I don't know what this is. 2 feet, 3 feet of snow. If you don't pack it down, when the door is closed, before you get in, you have to pack it down. So if you don't, it all falls in. And then these doors are like, you see how it scraped all that snow when it opened? They're like flush to the ground. And so if you have all that snow in there, it doesn't allow you to close the door because it just hits the snowbank again. So you need to pack that down first so it's all solid. So when you open the door, it doesn't all fall in. And then also you have to like jump in so you don't disturb your wall and then jump out. But just a little trick of the trade that I learned after spending, 15 minutes one day shoveling snow out of the privy because I couldn't close the door. Well, the quilt overquilt system doesn't always work perfectly. Just put my overquilt away, but you can see all this frost that got in between the quilt and the overquilt and froze before it could reach the top layer. Sometimes it just happens, and I woke up really sweaty last night, so I didn't do a good job of taking off this synthetic before I fell asleep. Kind of just, you're kind of cold when you fall asleep, or cold when you get into bed, and then you get cozy, and then boom, you're out. And then you wake up and you're sweaty because you just had a couple too many layers on. And so that's just what happened last night. I ended up sweating, and that moisture's got to go somewhere, and all of it wasn't able to get out. But that's fine because you can tell my loft is still there. So it all made it out of the insulation. It's just on the top. So now I just have to make sure I get pretty much all that frost, or as much as I can, wiped off before I stuff it away. Yep, what can you do? Not a foolproof system. It works pretty good most of the time. I wonder if I had like a better seal between the synthetic and the down, allowing no drafts to get in between. They were really melded together better. I wonder if that would stop this from happening or whatever, because obviously the moisture can make it out of the down, and then there must be a cold pocket between those two where it freezes. So if you're able to make sure that they were really tight together with whatever method, maybe then that moisture would stay. Gas, it would stay liquid vapor and be able to get to the top instead of freezing in between. I'm a freaking scientist, man. We got a moose. Well, I was really hoping I could get this one on video, but it takes me about a minute to get to my freaking phone through all these layers. It's just not in prime moose capturing mode. Once he saw me, he was out. It's freaking cold out right now, and I whipped off all my gloves to get this phone out, so the hand that I'm holding this with is completely destroyed. It's gonna take me freaking 10 minutes to get feeling back in this thing, just for the chance at capturing a moose. Well, damn. I'd really like to get one moose on camera, but he cruised down there, and as you can tell, it's pretty dense. Okay, my hand is... I've been moving and grooving a little bit this morning. Oh, the sun feels so good. Just didn't film besides that little moose part because it's been cold out. It was only like 5 degrees, which isn't bad, but there's been this like subtle breeze that just carried disdain on it. It was a cold breeze, so it's just taking me a while to get warmed up. Can't believe I missed that moose, but I could have whipped out the action camera that I keep in my pants pocket, but it's too wide of an angle lens. It doesn't really penetrate into the woods, so I went for the phone, and by the time I had unzipped my rain jacket, my insulating layer, little pocket in my fleece layer, pulled the phone out and started it, the moose was gone. It just took me too long to get to it. Pretty mangy looking moose though. What in the heck? Leave it to me to break out the camera and then be like, where's trail? I'm about a mile to the top, but it's a very steep climb, and so I bet it takes me three plus hours to do that mile, and that's to a little Baldpate, and then there's like a dip down to a bog. Oh, there's a blaze through the trees. It's just weird, like this trail is just a bunch of bushes, and then past this tree you can't see because of the wide-angle lens, there's a blaze on a tree about 100 yards. That's why the trail's just so hard to find, because if it's just like a little clear cut through all these bushes, I can't see that. But yeah, a little Baldpate, and then dips down to an alpine bog, then back up to, I don't know if it's called something Baldpate, the other Baldpate, then back down, but pretty steep climbs. So this will be interesting. Yep. Not much else going on besides that. Trying out some different layering on the socks today. I've been wearing 3 pairs of socks, a liner, like a thin pair of cheapo socks, and then darn toughs, and then neoprene, so I guess 4. And I was wondering if that was squeezing my feet a little bit too much, and so I took out the synthetic sock, and I've just got the liner, darn tough, neoprene, but then I snuck some toe warmers in there just to see if, I might want to go that route moving forward. Dude, I don't even feel the toe warmers. All is just kind of annoying bump. How do those things usually get oxygen to them? I left them out for a little bit before to get them started, and threw them in. I don't think they're gonna get enough oxygen to get going, or maybe they'll just get going in an hour, but I've had them in there for about an hour. Nothing. So that might be a dud. As always, the balaclavas are rotating to the right and cutting off my vision. I don't know why they do this. It's always to the right. Is it the way I talk? Is it the way I move my mouth? Is it the way do I turn my head to the right more than to the left? Or do I turn my head to the left more than to the right? I don't know. But the bane of my existence is freaking managing hats, getting in the line of my sight. can't keep them out of my eyes, man. I just can't do it. I wish this could pick it up. That slight breeze is knocking down snowflakes, and so between all these trees and in that sunshine, there's a little snowflakes trickling down. It's a bit beautiful. There's me. Oh, my little moose friend was cruising around in here too. Dude. Yo, dude. What's that? What is that? That ain't fucking animal tracks. That's homies on skis. Oh, shit. I mean, they must have come from... Oh, fuck. There's a trail junction up here. Please have come from the peak and not the trail junction. Oh, dude. Look how nice this is. Look how nice this is. Come on. You guys need vertical gain. Please have gone all the way up to Baldpate, or come from Baldpate, not just the trail junction, y'all. Dang, dude. Maybe I need to pick up a pair of skis. Looks like these guys were cruising, barely punching through the snow. Well, either way, as always, I will appreciate it as it lasts, which is usually about 2 minutes. Ah, it's so nice. All right, lesson learned. Don't just follow random tracks. It's been super nice, but don't know what trail they're following or where they're going, but this is that's me, that's trail. So luckily it's relatively flat there on the topo. We're gonna have to bushwhack into that to get back to trail. Bummers. It's really nice. Really enjoyed that. Should have known. Should have looked up. Don't follow randos. Now, because of my lack of awareness, I have to bushwhack for about 500 feet, it looks like. Into the unknown I go. That's what I get. That's what I get. And what have we learned from that? Don't trust skiers. Just a dirty bunch of deceivers. I should have known. Why trust anybody who doesn't want to pick up their feet? They just want to scoot around. They just scoot around. Not picking up their feet. Little scooters. Little scooty people. Yeah. That's what I've learned. Skiers can't be trusted. That's all. I'm just happy that I can pass on this information to anybody who will listen. Watch out for the skiers. They're a tricksy bunch. And they'll leave you lost and penniless. I really wish I had something more creative to say, but I don't. I'm just looking at trees and bark. In summation, skiers equal going up a little Baldpate first. Got a little bit of a non-steep section here so I can film, but Baldpate's going how it was expected to, slowly but surely. just deep snow. It's deep. I should probably eat more food. That's what I should probably do. I need fuel. We got a steep little section here. The ability to lean over just a little bit and see the top of the climb, I guess that means it's pretty steep. There it is down. This is at eye view. One second, I have to switch my screen so I can, and then it just goes up. It'll be interesting. Yeah, steep. Luckily, I'm standing on top of the snow right now. Hopefully, I don't post hole any deeper than this, but hopes aren't high. Almost that little Bade Pete, whatever it's fucking called. I don't know. Some mountain. I'm hoping once I think you get to tree line somewhere around here, or the trees start spreading out, and then maybe the snow will be windblown, and I can stand on top, which would be dope. Alright, I'm gonna get to it. Alright, we're at the boulder problem. I'm just stealing the name from the problem Alex Honnold had on Free Solo. I'm pretty much free soloing El Cap right now. This is just really steep. You know, that's vertical. But there's this rock wall, and I've kind of started cutting into it here, but camera just doesn't do it. This is past 45, so you have to stick your snowshoe onto that, try to lean forward into the hump, but all the snow pushes you off, and then try to get your knee into that to push it through so you can get your foot high enough to get into the snow, because the snow's so high there's no way I can get my foot up on top. So when I say I gotta swim through these things, this is one of those where I just have to swim through. It's so steep that I have to shove my body into it, lean, and it tries to force me off, and I just gotta try to get into the snow. So these usually take me a while, just because look at the snow berm. It's all gonna fall away, so I'm gonna continue. I was just attacking it for a while and it forced me off, so I was like, I'll take a rest and shoot a video. So I just gotta continue doing that, and eventually you can get some purchase in there and then work your way up. Sometimes you slide down quite a bit though, so I could get up to there and then just, so who knows. Hey, we made it on. Look at all that distance I made. But here, see, this is why I can't get my foot up, because I'm not that flexible, man. So I gotta carefully shove my knee into this to try to make a pocket that I can get my foot into, but do that while not falling off backwards. I'm hoping that eventually I can grab this tree and pull myself up there and then get into some of that foliage and use that to get up. Yeah. There we go, there's my little tunnel. And hey, look at that, we got some views. Now I wish I could say that that's the end of it, but we just go up. But this isn't as deep. That little berm of snow there was just hard to get over. And actually once I got middle here, it was easy. Just like normal. Open up. Oh yeah, dude. Above tree line. There's Karen. I'm pretty much Spider-Man up here. It's cold. It's windy. I don't care, 'cause I can walk on the snow. Beauty of a view. Alright, I'm gonna film at the top so I can use both trekking poles just so I don't fall back and get sodomized by a tree or something. That'd be a bummer. What's up, bits? Greetings from little Baldpate Mountain. I go up. Where's my finger? I go up there now. Ooh, isn't that pretty? It's from little Baldpate. Isn't that pretty? Yoo! Up above the tree line. Okay, I was about to go a little faster, but I have been slipping. All these rocks are covered in ice, so I gotta be careful. Ooh, God. I just like that I can walk for a little bit without post holing. I know it won't last. But it sure is nice. Why? There's a cairn right here. Oh, cairn right there. Is that what I go cairn? Yep, there's a cairn. Oh, sorry. I can see the cairns. So I can see the way. Such a cool view up here. A lot of ice. So luckily there's been enough snow that I can get around it. Whew. But if it picks up more, I'm gonna throw the crampons on, because like this kind of ice, I don't grab onto that with snowshoes. Alright. One second. Gotta get my snowshoes around. Appalachian Trail, Baldpate Mountain, East Peak, elevation 3,812. Cool. Cool. Little section in the trees to get from the little to this, and woof, there's deep snow in there in those trees. So I imagine there's a lot of deep snow between me and that peak over there, which I believe is the other Baldpate, whatever it's called, that I'm going to. Cool. Better views from the little Baldpate than the top of the east one. Alright, back into the woods for a little bit. Over to this next one. Ooh, this view is pretty beauteous. Maybe I need to whip out the 360 for this right here. Look at that view, man. Wow. What is that peak? Directly across from me. There's a sign at the top of it. I don't know. But now I know that that is Baldpate. 1 second. Let me just tripod mode this. Skadoinch. I will set you there. Tripod's so cool. Here. We're gonna Inception. I'll switch from that video to this video, and you can see the little tripod unit, but I wanted to film this. So I believe that's Baldpate, whatever the name is of it, west. I don't know what that is. I can look at my map, but I like the mystery. I like not knowing, alright? We know too much stuff these days. It's better just to have that mountain remain unnamed. The mountain with no name. Freaking cool up here, dude! It's freaking sick! That's kind of a cool photo right there. Just take a photo. Thought I saw someone down there? I did not. Come on, dude. Why is no one hiking in the middle of the winter? Post holing is super fun. Yo! What a sick view! Picking this up, dude? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Get a little closer to the ledgy poo here. Hey, dude. I might actually have a good path up to the peak that's not too much trees, which would be super nice. Alright, I'm gonna put the 360 away. This is cool, isn't it? I go down now. Alright, I looked at my map, I figured it out. That's Old Spec. That guy right there. Baldpate west. Old Spec. I believe, I could be wrong, but a quick glance at the map and I believe that's Old Spec. Kind of cool looking back, you can see all my tracks. This out there, up there, skittish. Now we go up there. Would you look at this little fella? Hey! Kind of cool. He's fighting. He's fighting to stay visible. What the fuck is this shit? I'm 0.1 from the top of the last climb of the day. Dude, can you tell how steep that is? Ah, it's another swimmer. This is gonna take forever to get up. Alright, 0.1. Dude. Now, it just doesn't look as steep as it is. It's steep. It's freaking steep. Show you how steep it is. I shouldn't be filming right now because one of these steps might collapse on me and I might just fall back down over all my work. But there we go. I made it over the plateau. There's my little staircase I made. All the way down in there. It's so cool. I can see my tracks all the way down the mountain. through the little marshy area. Ooh, that's not a bad view, is it? This way, and then that way. Well, made it over a Baldpate West Peak. If there was a sign, I missed it. But guess what I did find? Oh! I did not expect that because this peak doesn't have the view. I thought if there were going to be tracks, they would have gone to east. But they're tracks from west or whatever this peak is called, dude. Nice. I really hope those go all the way down to the parking lot. I'm getting weird. I'm feeling weird. I apologize for this video already, but I'm pumped about that, dude. I might be cruising all the way to the freaking parking lot today. Yeah, buddy. This toe is not looking great. That blister is pretty good, and then I actually dicked up the entire toe. Just smashed it. I'm gonna lose that nail, just for reference. Oh, here you can see regular size, fucked up size. It's just way bigger because there's a giant blister at the top. Yeah, I don't know. Was that frostbite or did I burn it? Don't know. I do know I smashed the fuck out of it. Or maybe that's frostbite that blisters all that up. But just given that that one's also smashed and that one's smashed, I think I just smashed the top of it. Yeah, it's a pretty spicy foot right there. Just ate an entire plate of mac and cheese. And now I'm dipping into my resupply and eating gummy clusters. Probably not the smartest idea, but you can't stop me. Yeah, dude. Made it back to the cabin. Got into Bethel. Nothing open. President's Day is tomorrow. The town was a poppin'. The only place I could find in town was like $300, and so I gave the cabin a call, and the kitchen sink came and picked me up. That dude's awesome, and I got to see Honey again and play with their dog, and I'm back, and it's really nice. Yep. And I'm taking a 0 tomorrow. Didn't take too long to get a hitch from Grafton Notch. I ended up getting it from a dude who's parked in the lot. There were 2 cars in the lot, and he was a guy that was split boarding out there. So it's like cross-country skis, and then when you get to the top, you clip them together, and they become a snowboard, and he was snowboarding down. He's a rad dude. So I was super thankful that he gave me a ride all the way into Bethel. And then in Bethel, I was outside the shop trying to like plan out stuff and giving this hostel a call, and 2 people stopped and asked if I needed a ride anywhere. And then when I was in there, this woman forced $10 into my shopping cart because her son was a thru hiker, and he was also in the shop there with her. And I had talked to him a little bit before, but he hadn't let on that he had thru hiked before. Fuck, I can't remember his trail name. But they were awesome. I tried to refuse the money. They wouldn't let me. I was like on the phone, had a shopping cart in one hand, and she dropped the money into the cart. It's I appreciate it, but you feel like a dick. I'm literally on vacation. She's giving me money for being on vacation. But just so sweet. So, yep. So it's going.